Hey, welcome back, Oklahoma. We are approaching 9:13 here on this Monday morning, and we are making sure that older adults have access to resources, services, and advocacy here in Oklahoma. The goal of Aging Our Way, a statewide plan from Oklahoma's Human Services Office. Let's go ahead and welcome in Marilyn Olson. Marilyn, thank you so much for being here this morning.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Let's start with this first question. It has been a year since this plan it launched. Recap the highs for us. What have you all seen in that year?
Well, prior to that, there were all kinds of listening sessions across the state, so many people in every county and community got to have some involvement in what was the priority, because we can't do everything. And so they came up with 10 goals for the next 10 years, because in 10 years, I'll be older and you'll be older. And so the goal is that everybody has a plan and can stay connected with that. And so there are many priorities, and the pathways out of each of those goals that were set now are being developed across the state. So we have a steering committee, advisory council, many people involved, because this is connecting the public and private sectors like never before. And it's because no one entity can do it all, not healthcare, not government, not private. And so when we all work together, which Oklahoma is the best place in the nation to work together.
Absolutely. So it sounds like this year was big for laying down the brickwork, the framework for this state plan. I want to talk about why this work is so urgent, especially here in Oklahoma.
Right. Well, there are many of us who are aging. As I just said, you're aging, I'm aging, everybody's aging. And globally, the number of people who are older, like over 50, is increasing exponentially like never before. And so we need to plan for that. Plan for areas of housing and transportation and all the things that are very important to all of us. We've got to figure out new ways. It's totally possible if we plan ahead and work together, and that's the essence of Aging Our Way.
And you are one of the ambassadors working over.
That's
you
right.
started at VillagesOKC, you're still over there, and
right.
I do want to just talk about how you all, the other ambassadors, help to really push forward the initiatives of this plan.
Well, the best way to get any kind of word out, is talking, connecting with people. In fact, social connections are the #1 avenue for the best longevity. And so if we stay connected, we eat better, we exercise better. I mean, it's easier to play pickleball when you have a partner, right?
Exactly.
So you've got to do that. So what Villages does is help extend that voice across the area where we connect. Can't connect with everybody, but we can do something in the area that we are. And so as one of the ambassadors, we're willing to speak about what the plan is, the 10 goals there, and the pathways, and then figure out where can you jump in? Where can you connect in your area, be it in rural Oklahoma or in the metropolitan areas, because we must work together to make this happen.
And I want to talk about some of the conversations that are going on. You all are tackling issues like housing, transportation, caregiver support. Can you talk more about that, Marilyn, and just the importance of having these conversations?
Well, the conversations really mean a family has to have a plan. Each person has to have a plan. And first you have to think through, what do I want? How do I really want to age successfully? Well, I want to be able to move and to wake up energized and happy in 10 more years. And so I have to take steps to make that happen. And so this plan helps people think about that where they might not have before. If you assume that you're not going to be here, if you're going to die early, then you don't have to make any plans. So like any emergency, we want to have an effective plan, and that's what Oklahoma's doing, putting that together.
That's exactly what this is. How important are partnerships? You said Oklahoma is best at making sure that we are working together to get this done, but how important are those partnerships here in the community in making this statewide plan, accessible to everybody?
Exactly. Well, states across the nation have been talking about this, using these words. In my opinion, Oklahoma, I wear my necklace here, Oklahoma, I'm proud. We are the best at really connecting well because we're willing to trust each other and help each other kind of as a culture anyway. And so our plan is very deep and very broad. What that means is the Aging Our Way leaders out of the Department of Human Services across the state have really led the way, have been involved at a basic level, not just a talking points level. You do this, but instead we have engaged many people across the state. So it's included people from every aspect of the communities saying what's important, how can you get involved, and let's do this together. The pathways are not all clear, and that's what the whole next 10 years is about, because we will be determining what is, in fact, AI is just coming out, so we may want to use that where we didn't know that maybe a few years ago.
Yeah, that's really well
so
said.
So the idea is to continue planning and learning as we go along. Many things will be developed on the way.
I have 15 more seconds with you. For people watching right now, they want to help. How can they do that?
Become an ambassador. Tell everybody that there is a plan and you can connect with it and to make your own life better. And the way to connect with that is, may I give the contact information?
Go ahead.
Is oklahoma.gov/aging. You can get all the information there.
All right, and we are going to put a link on our Seen On
please.
section of KOCO for people who are watching right now. They know resources out there that can help groups and ambassadors. If you want to get involved, go ahead and head to our Seen On section of KOCO.com. Marilyn, thank you so much for coming on.
It's a pleasure.
We'll see you next time because
Absolutely.
I know, listen, next year we're going to have a full recap of what's going on with
Got to go play
aging.
pickleball, and then I'll be there.
There we go. I love it. All right.